What's up, everybody? Today is a very special day because we got something very special delivered here to the Khyber Compound. We're going to do a very quick unboxing. This isn't going to be a full-blown review, but this is kind of a first look. This is a rifle that I don't think too many people have had their hands on. It's something that I think is really going to bring a lot of value to you AK Johnnies. We're going to crack it open, pull it out. I've got a good buddy here who's going to do a tip to butt on what this rifle is, and you're going to want to make sure that you stay tuned for more details on this rifle. So with that said, it is quite, it'd be cool if we do these like unboxings where you open it up and there's a light and it's like,
Yeah.
Oh man, dude, this thing is fucking sweet. Wow. Look at this guy. Well, so let me tell you a little bit about what we got here. So this is a rifle that was sent to us by Kreb's Custom up in Illinois. This is their new prototype rifle, M23. This is actually the only one of its kind. Marc Kreb was gracious enough to send it over here to the Khyber Compound for us to be able to take a look at it. We're going to be sending this out to Kalashnikon this week with Klayco47. Some of y'all know that guy. Make sure you're following his YouTube channel. He's going to be also doing some content about this rifle here soon as well. So yeah, I just want to clarify here. This is a one-of-a-kind prototype 7.62. This rifle is slated to have a couple final revisions done before it goes into production, and that's kind of the purpose of why it's here with Clay and I. So we can take a look at it and provide some valuable feedback back to Krebs on what we think is working well with this rifle and what we think maybe we'd like to see more of. So that being said, I'd like Clay to come back over here. He's going to do a tip to butt for you on this rifle and tell you a little bit about some of the unique features of this rifle and maybe what to expect in the coming weeks as he's shooting and filming with this thing.
It even says prototype M23. Dude, Krebs has the best. He has the best engravings. We'll remember this moment forever.
Yeah.
The prototype.
This is pretty special, huh?
Okay. We spoke on the phone briefly, and what I told Mark on the phone was, man, it kind of looks like you saw the AK-12 and said, I can do better than that. And he's like, that's exactly what I thought. So from a distance, in fact, if you were to cover this up, kind of squint, kind of looks very AK-12 on the handguard. He was very inspired by the AK-12, but heard all the criticism that we all know about. There's just a few things that none of us like about the AK-12. Me personally, if you look at a picture of an AK-12, you'll see on the gas block it has this little key. I remember when we all saw that, we thought, cool, a tunable gas block factory Russian AK. Not the case. So on the AK-12, it's merely just a takedown plunger to pull your piston and everything out because the gas tube's welded in place. Not the case on this guy. Mark's actually given you 3 settings here: suppressed, unsuppressed, and gas shutoff, so you can shoot extremely quiet by totally turning the gas off if you do want to suppress this thing. We have talked about that, and I said, you know, Mark, if you have the ability, what's a few more settings? So he's actually also going to be sending some prototype gas pucks that give us like 6 settings to really fine-tune different types of ammo that you might use. Maybe you found some brass case ammo that might be a little bit hotter. He's working on that. That's definitely coming. Pretty well finished. Starting from the back, here's what's really cool. So you've seen a lot of pick mount adapters that people are mounting to AKs. You see how high this one goes? It extends like 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch above the receiver. I asked him why he did that. He thought that that would be a really good idea for recoil mitigation, to have the stock a bit more in line with the carrier. That could be subject to change though. So I know he's open for ideas. Me personally, I run it a little bit lower, but this is a new idea. I've never tried it. I've never had an adapter that mounted that high, so I could never mount a stock that high, but it's pick mount. Any SIG style stock will bolt right up to that. Looks like the TDI grip. This one has the interchangeable back straps. He sent a ton of those. You can see there. He also sent that brand new Midwest Alpha stock. These things are like, this is the new hotness with AKs, is SIG style stocks, putting pick mount on the back, and then you're opened up to a wide world of stock options, because there's no buffer tube. That's what makes AKs cool. You can fold the stock. So folding stock options are definitely welcome. This is my favorite folding stock today to put on an AK, the SIG MCX stock. But the Alpha is definitely a good option. Looks like he has an ALG trigger. Why don't we ghost that thing real quick? We still have the chamber flag, and we haven't even charged it one time yet. Ooh, that's smooth. That's very smooth. That's a nice chamber flag. All right. It's an ALG. Feels good. So what he's done here, he has the Kreb safety that you know and love. Thing seems perfectly tuned, but you also have on the back side, in case you're a lefty, you can get to it as well. Thumb won't quite reach it, but if you are a left-handed shooter, it's there. It's basically like having an AK paddle on this side too. Typically, you've seen the Kreb safeties that extends a lever down here to bump with your thumb. He's literally put it here, which is very AK-12. I believe AK-12 is kind of ambidextrous on the safety. He made his own, and it's pretty freaking smooth. He also makes his own mag paddle. Have you noticed those?
Mm-hmm.
Billet mag paddles, extended. Just want to see what that feels like. Definitely gives you a lot more to grab onto. Finish is freaking dope. Feels like a brand new AK. See if I can get in here. So that stock being higher covers up that push button a little bit. This looks like, yeah, the TWS dog leg.
Part of me feels like he mentioned that he was working with TWS on a specialized top cover for it.
Yeah, nothing different there. This whole sight block is different. I'm not even sure what he started with there. Almost kind of looks like a crank sight block, kinda.
Yeah, it does.
But if you look, it was like specifically made to mate with a dog leg. That's all one piece. The dog legs usually replace your rear iron. This is all one piece.
Right.
I never noticed that from the photos. Maybe I'm smoking crack there. So this is a Yugo carry. It's same length. Huh. Maybe it's an optical collusion. I guess it is. Man, that sure looks longer. I guess it's just a handguard all being one piece, but man, that sure looks a little bit longer, but I am wrong.
I mean, maybe part of the illusion is that the rear sight block looks so small.
Yeah,
it's not as substantial as an AKM. As well as, you know, generally with the block, you've also got a little piece of material coming off the back of the block as well.
Check it out. You can see his stock. It's like his own trunnion, riveted in place.
Marc is such a cool guy, dude. He comes up with an idea and it's like, all right, runs over to the machine and just starts making shit.
All right. So the barrel, I know it's 14x1 left hand. So any 30 cal muzzle device in that thread pitch, you'd have to use crush washers or maybe like a face mount, but that would go right on. And this is kind of like an A2, closed off on the bottom. Tapers like a 74 brake, which is kind of cool.
He did mention in the video that there will be a bayonet lug.
Mm-hmm. So if you can see here, this is very SIG 550. So there's a spring-loaded detent there that you would depress, and you would change your gas settings. Right now, this prototype has the 3 settings: suppressed, unsuppressed, and shut. So that's interesting. So right off the bat, if you think AK-12, you could totally disassemble your gas tube. You have actual gas settings, not just a takedown plunger. You're going to have a concentric barrel with a common AK thread pitch. I know another problem with the AK-12 was the safety jumping over the stop. And because this isn't that different from an AK, I don't see that happening. I know that was a big problem with AK-12s from the Poll on our tactical channel. Everything else is very AK, but from the front forward, it's kind of like AK-12 at home, but that doesn't really apply because it's actually better. Okay, I gotta admit, from pictures, I thought the sights looked kind of high, and the stock looked kind of high. But that is freaking money, dude, and I'm C-clamping it like a turd, but that feels really good.
One of the other cool things about the timing of getting this rifle is that Marc has approved for you to take it on a little trip, right?
Yeah, so I'll be Houston, Missouri bound here in a few days, 2 days actually, to Kalashnikon, the summer match. And I said, Marc, you know, I know this thing's new, but do you mind if I take it? And he's like, absolutely. What's cool about that is a bunch of hardcore AK people will be able to see it up close, like 90 to 100 shooters that eat, sleep, and breathe AKs. Word's already got out that this might be coming out there, and I know there's kind of a buzz in the air. Marc was at NRA with this gun. He was getting all kinds of coverage. Even Classic Firearms did a little spread on Marc Krebs. Little old Marc Krebs, dude, at the freaking NRA show was getting all kinds of coverage because of this gun, the M23. It's very freaking cool. I hear maybe some other calibers might come out, but we're going to focus on this one right now. We're going to suppress it. It's the whole point of this gun, having tunable gas. I think more AKs from factory should come with tunable gas blocks. No disassembly required. You simply turn it, hands are clean, and you're ready to put your can on. I think that's it for now, man.
Oh, big shout out to the Molotov Manufacturing shirt.
Oh, yeah, man.
A collab that we did with Third Pin Threads. Let's see the back, dude. Look at that. It's done in like a silver and gold flake, so it's got a real good shine to it.
It's real gold.
It's real
and
gold.
They're at a bargain, knowing that there's real gold on the shirt for what you're paying. Anything that you like that we do, video-wise, content-wise, whatever, it's the best way to support us right there. Just go to Third Pin Threads, pick up a shirt.
Yep. And we're going to be posting this particular unboxing video at the Khyber Customs page, but I know that Clay will be keeping an eye on this video, so if you have questions about the rifle or anything in particular about the M23, feel free to ask, and we'll do our best to try to answer that for you or push any feedback that y'all might have to Krebs, so that when this rifle comes out, it is absolutely money. So with that being said, we'll see y'all soon.